The inadequacy of the storm theory to explain the legend of Indra and Vitra has been fully set forth in the previous videos, and we have seen how a number of points therein, hitherto unintelligible, can be explained by the Arctic theory, combined with the true conception of the circulation of aerial waters in the upper and the nether world. We shall now take up the legends that are usually explained on the vernal theory and show how, like the storm theory, it fails to account satisfactorily for the different features of these legends. Such legends are to be found amongst the achievements of the Ashvins, the physicians of the gods. These achievements are summed up, as it were, in certain hymns of the Rig Veda, each of which briefly refers to the important exploits of these twin gods. As in the case of Vitra, the character of the Ashvins and their exploits are explained by different schools of interpreters in different ways. Thus, Yeska informs us that the two Ashvins are regarded by some as representing heaven and earth, by others as day and night, or as sun and moon, while the Aidyashkas take them to be two ancient kings, performers of holy acts. But as before, we propose to examine the legends connected with the Ashvins only according to the naturalistic or Narutka school of interpretation. Even in this school there are, however, a number of different views held regarding the nature of the character of these two gods. Some believe the natural basis of the Ashvins must be the morning star, that being the only morning light visible before fire, dawn, and sun, while others think that the two stars in the constellation of Gemini were the original representatives of the twin gods. The achievements of these gods are, however, generally explained as referring to the restoration of the powers of the sun, decayed in winter, and an elaborate discussion of the Ashvins' exploits on this theory will be found in Contributions to the Science of Mythology by Professor Max Mueller. It is beyond the scope of this work to examine each one of the different legends connected with the Ashvins, as Professor Max Mueller has done. We are concerned only with those points in the legend which the vernal or the dawn theory fails to explain, and which can be well accounted for only by the Arctic theory. Now, in the first place, we must refer to the part played by the Ashvins in the great struggle, or fight for waters and light, which has been discussed in previous videos. The Ashvins are distinctly mentioned in the sacrificial literature as one of the deities connected with the dawn. And we have seen that a long laudatory song recited by the Hotri before sunrise is especially devoted to them. The daughter of Surya is also described as having ascended their car, and the Aitareya Brahmana describes a race run by the gods for obtaining the Ashvina Shastra as a prize, and the Ashvins, driving in a carriage drawn by donkeys, are said to have won it in close competition with Agni, Yushas, and Indra, who are represented as making way for the Ashvins, on the understanding that after winning the race, the Ashvins would assign to them a share of the prize. The kindling of the sacrificial fire, break of dawn, and the rise of the sun are again spoken of as occurring simultaneously with the appearance of the Ashvins, while also the time of their appearance is said to be the early dawn, when darkness still stands amongst the ruddy cows. Their connection with the dawn and their appearance in the interval between dawn and sunrise are thus taken to be clearly established, and whatever theory we may adopt to explain the character of the Ashvins on a physical basis, we cannot lose sight of the fact that they are matutinal deities, bringing on the dawn or the light of morning along with them. The two epithets which are peculiar to Indra, that is, Vitrahan and Shatakratu, are applied to them as well. And they are expressly said to possess strongly the qualities of Indra and of the Maruts, the associates of Indra in his struggle against Vitra. Nay, they are said to have protected Indra in his achievements against Namuchi. This leaves no doubt about their share in the Vitra fight, and equally clear is their connection with the waters of the ocean. Having the ocean for their mother, they are called, and their car is described as turning up from the ocean, while elsewhere the Ashvins are mentioned in their car, said to go round the sun in the distant region. We also read the Ashvins moved the most sweet Sindhu, or ocean, evidently meaning that they made the waters of the ocean flow forward. And they are said to have made Rasha, the celestial river, swell full of water floods, urging to victory the car without the horse. They are also protectors against Shambhara, and Kutsa, the favorite of Indra, is also said to have been helped by them. In verse 18 of the same hymn, the Ashvins are addressed as Angiras, and said to have triumphed in their hearts and went onwards to liberate the flood of milk, while we also read that they abide in the sea of heaven. Taking all these facts together, we can easily see the Ashvins were the helpers of Indra in his struggle for water and light, and we now know what that struggle means. It's a struggle between the powers of light and darkness, and the Ashvins, in their character as divine physicians, were naturally the first to help the gods in this distress or affliction. It is true that Indra was principal actor or hero in this fight, but the Ashvins appear to have stood by him, rendering help whenever necessary, and leading in the march of the Machinio deities after the conquest. This character of the Ashvins is hardly explained by the vernal theory, nor can it be accounted for on the theory of the daily struggle between light and darkness, for we have seen that the dawn, during which the Ashvina Shastras recited, is not the effervescent dawn of the tropics. The Arctic theory alone cannot satisfactorily interpret the facts stated above, and when they're interpreted in this way, it is easy to perceive how the Ashvins are described as having rejuvenated, cured, or rescued a number of decrepit, blind, lame, or distressed protégés of theirs in the various legends ascribed to them. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you know anyone interested in this kind of content, please let them know.